Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus, and thanks to toyhacks.com, I'm taking a look at the fresh Reprolabels sheets from Masterpiece Hot Rodimus, MP-28 in the Transformers Masterpiece line. These decals debuted at the special price of 1 penny with any existing order and feature a fairly fresh new idea as far as sticky paper applied to plastic toys is concerned. Reprolabels often add some G1 toyetic detail, but in the case of this particular sheet, the big feature comes down below. There are thick and heavily textured labels that wrap around all 4 tires, adding legitimate height and legitimate treading to give the rod car some more undercarriage clearance. The front wheels only gain the height, but the rear wheels look and feel really cool. I love this idea as an expansion of the decal medium and really hope to see it explored further in future releases. The wheels also gain some hubcap chrome, which requires the temporary removal of a couple screws in the back in order to gain proper rear wheel access, and the hood gains some metallic surfacing that calls back to the G1 toy. I didn't think I'd like this part very much, but in person it looks a lot nicer than in the promo photos. The dynamic lighting nature of those photos and the metallic finish of the stickers made them look way too dark on Facebook, but in person, totally works. The 2 sets of triplicate arrows on either side, not so much. I'll talk more about those later. The other major vehicle mode features the addition of further burgundy around the windshield to better define the fictional structure that one would expect to see framing it. The end result looks fine, but I found it surprisingly difficult to apply with satisfying and symmetrical fit. The metallic red roof sticker was much easier and, I think, looks much better, as were the 4 welcome touches of black venting on the rear end. In robot mode, all the label coverage is up front, but there is plenty. The hood stickers mingle with the exposed orange plastic of the chest in pretty cool ways, once again looking a lot more interesting in person than I expected. It helps that there's a rectangular decal breaking up the front of the collar piece. There are also some black shoulder vent details meant to add the appearance of depth, but I find they don't fit their designated spots quite right. The eyebrows of Rod's helmet crest get a touch of metallic, as do 3 spots on his groin plate, and I kinda like the extra layer. I don't like the triple triangle labels on his biceps though. I talked about those before, and it's time to let it out. The detail is a G1 throwback that I am not overly attached to, and the big burgundy patch beneath the triangles just sticks out to me in a really off-putting way. On the flip side, I expected to feel the same way about the sibling stickers on Hot Rod's shins, especially since they break up the cleanliness of his cavalier boots, but in person the printing is so subtle and metallic. I don't know, I feel good about it. It doesn't pop out going like, "Hey, I'm a sticker!" like those bicep ones do. There are also some red boot toppers and tiny black details to bring out the sculpting right above his knee joints. Both of those details feel très welcome, what with my being a fan of small, subtle color additions. Something worth noting are those big exposed wrist screws. Reprolabels have said that they tried to figure out a label solution to cover them up, but there simply wasn't enough there for an adhesive to reliably grip onto. But hey, at least they tried. Anyway, one of the rod accessories gets some label love as well, and it's the saw blade. Black sticker breaks up the solid gray stem and fills in some not quite square sculpted detail, and a ring around the edge tries to give the tool a serrated appearance, and it sure does try, but between the difficult application and lackluster result, I just don't connect with this part of the sheet whatsoever. Reprolabels hit something real interesting with the textured tire enhancements in this set. I know I'm not alone in saying that I'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, at least for other flat-tired masterpieces like Wheeljack. Otherwise, for sure, I'm not into every single label on the sheet. I mean, the beauty of it is, I can just leave off the ones I don't like when I'm done filming for coverage. But I'd definitely cite the saw blade and bicep triangle stickers as the low-tier aspects of this release. Flipping the coin around, I've got to give props to the metallic hood add-ons. Smaller details and obvious stuff like the hubcaps are, of course, totally hitting the mark, and make up the meat and potatoes protein of this release. But I did not expect to connect with the hood stickers as much as I did when I finally saw them in place and in person. At the time of this recording, Reprolabels and Toy Hacks have this set for sale for a penny as an addition to any existing order. At that price, friggin' yes, you should get a copy, it's a penny! But in the hypothetical future where the set hypothetically is still available but for a hypothetical cost of more than a penny, I'd say it's worth consideration for the tire enhancements and smaller incidental detail stickers. Your mileage will vary on the more toyetic details, but all the little shots of black and red feel like a general surface upgrade on their own. Anyway, this has been internet personality Vangelus, and if you want to see some straight-up application of these labels, be sure to check out the relevant and connected V-Build video. As for me, I need to sooner than later get my butt onto my envelope stack of Reprolabels backlog. because it has become a size that rivals that of my unplayed Steam games pile of shame.